Hey y'all, this is just a touch of J and I'm coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby.
And I just
Oh
come
my
from the
gosh, did
poorest
y'all hear that? Yeah,
I say that life, I gotta
man.
make it. This is where
Y'all
it
already
goes
know what
down,
time it is. Y'all already know what's up.
I just
It is season 6 of the Power Review.
Legal, baby, I gotta
Never took a straight
Yeah.
path nowhere.
Woo.
Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and
Y'all hear
bruises. I
that?
live, I learn. Yeah, slick
This
talker,
that work right here.
New Yorker, collecting property, playing Monopoly. You might want bond with
And
us.
this is just a touch of J, baby. I gotta put it out there in pieces
Brown,
for
look,
you.
there's money to make here.
Woo.
More snakes than rats.
Hey.
It's just habits of my habitat. Grab the strap, I'ma show you who to blame it at. Can
Y'all
we
like
all just
that?
get along? Hell no,
Did
not
y'all
when you
hear
forget
that?
who put you on.
Woo.
My plug gave
Hey,
me the keys to
hey,
success.
hey, hey,
Take two and
hey.
make three, they the best. Push, not
Go
wish,
50,
I got this.
go 50,
Fearless,
go
not careless.
50.
Now watch this. Money flip like
Alright,
it's
y'all,
supposed
so
to
let's
flip.
go ahead and let's
Re
jump
up
right
and
into it
double
and
up.
get to
Watch
the
me hit
tea,
the
man,
legs.
because this is a big rich town, right? Oh, man, and some of us, we really come from the poorest parts, baby. Hey, yeah, man. And I keep trying to tell y'all, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what's up. Hey. Alright, let's go ahead and let's jump right into this thing right here. So this is how it goes ahead and it starts off. So listen, y'all. Oh my gosh, episode 2 starts off with Ghost Child. Ghost is tripping. Yeah, y'all already know what happened in the last episode. He shot up the car, thought he killed Tommy, y'all. Oh my God, this is just a touch of day. I can't wait to put this out there in pieces for you. Listen, so he's tripping, right? They open it up with basically him tripping. Okay, let me give you a little recap, okay? He went ahead, he killed Tommy. Well, he thinks he killed Tommy, okay? And he kind of has like some remorse going on because see, Tasha told them last season, she told everybody, get their life in order, and she specifically told Ghost, you better straighten this out before it gets out of hand, right? Now, we know that what Ghost did was he had Tommy kill his father. Yeah, child set it up and everything so Tommy could kill his own dad. Tommy done murdered his dad, then found out, tried to go ahead and shoot Ghost in rage, because y'all know Tommy is off the hook. Okay, tries to shoot Ghost, which is like his brother, and Angela sees him at the top of the stairwell, pushes him to the side, she gets shot in the chest, she dies, okay? So Ghost is enraged, okay, the first episode, shoots up the car, okay? Tommy's car, think he kills Tommy. So he thinks, okay? So he's going all crazy. That's how they open it up. And then they show him, they show him like watching like the car, like, oh my God, like I really killed him. Look at how I shot up the car. Then they show a quick scene with him with Jason. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Jason is the Connect, okay? The Connect, like the drug guy or whatever. He's working with Tommy and he's working with Ghost, but he's doing it on some old like flip the script type stuff. So he has Ghost standing there, okay? Now picture this. Ghost is standing there. And he's like, oh my gosh, Jason is like, Ghost, you could have just messed up everything. You are costing me money. You are putting me and making me like a liability. And Ghost is basically like, I'm sorry. Tommy had to die. Like Jason doesn't even tell Ghost, okay, that Tommy is alive. Because remember, Jason's the one that set it up for somebody fake to be in Tommy's car because he knew that Ghost was going to try to kill Tommy. So he doesn't even tell Ghost like Tommy's alive. You know what he says? Oh my gosh, y'all, shady. He tells Ghost, you're going to pay me $100,000 every 2 weeks to keep you alive. Okay, because you killed Tommy. Okay, don't even tell him that Tommy is alive, y'all. This is just such a J. This thing right here is getting deep, and I'm trying to put this out there in pieces for you, so bear with me, okay? So Jason, he doing all that trickery, all right? So now, excuse me, y'all. Ghost is basically tripping. Ghost is like, oh my gosh, he's bugging out now. So y'all know who he goes to see. His main man, Joe. Yes, he calls him Joe, but his real name is Proctor. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just a touch of J, baby. I'm trying to put this out in pieces for you. I got a little something up in my throat. Let me go ahead and sip on some of this tea real quick. Y'all make sure y'all listening and checking out that tea that I got coming to y'all later, because this tea right here, it's some good tea. But anyway, let's get back to it. I'm sorry about that. So Ghost goes to go see Joe. Yeah, Joe, his main man, Proctor. And he's like, oh my God, Proctor, oh my God, Proctor, I killed Tommy. Yes, he's like, I killed Tommy. Proctor's basically like, good, on to the next thing. Now listen, and he's going on with his life. And Ghost is like, no, no, no. Listen, I killed him. He was my best friend. And it's the part where Proctor. It's a lot of comedy in this episode, but Proctor is basically like, I mean, well, you the one pulled the trigger. Child, Ghost want to go ahead and try to hem Proctor up. And he's basically like, I need you to be my alibi. But Proctor, basically his name is Joe. He's like, I can't be because I'm dealing with all this stuff with my wife, so I can't even be your alibi. But everything will be okay. Proctor basically gets a knock on the door. It's some information when he gets served because now his wife is trying to just get custody, of their daughter. She's trying to go ahead. Remember the one that was on the coke? So now she's all of a sudden trying to be clean, and she takes the bar exam, and she's trying to get hired, at a law firm to try to get the daughter back. Child, this is just a touch of day. I'm just trying to put this out there in pieces for you, but it's a bunch of unnecessary stuff going on. So now Ghost basically leaves, and goes ahead about his business. So let's go ahead and fast forward to Tommy. Now we're going to talk about Tommy. Now look, Tommy basically is not really in this part a lot. Tommy basically just knows that Ghost, in this episode, he knows that Ghost tried to kill him, so he's kind of like laying low. They don't really have him doing too much. They show him with Tasha a little bit. They show him with Keisha, and Tasha and Keisha, they kind of like feuding back and forth, because I told y'all now Keisha is trying to do that whole Holly role where she's trying to be like, the gangster on the side to Tommy, and she's like, I don't want you messing with Tasha no more. Like, leave that whole thing alone. Now y'all know Tommy ain't never gonna leave Tasha alone. She was way there before all of that. Okay, so look, this is just a touch of J. I just put that part out there in piece for y'all so y'all understand Tommy's not really there. It's something else Tommy does. Tommy does a couple things. One other thing is what he does is that he goes to his workers, because he in the drug game. Okay, he goes to the workers. He's like, listen, y'all, somebody out there tried to kill me and they think that I'm dead, and y'all can't say nothing. Just act like I'm dead and just keep doing what it is that you do. The workers are kind of feeling some type of way, but Tommy is like, look, I'm dead. This is it. Okay, let it be that. And basically, Lala, shout out to you, Lala, with this body. I told y'all she got this body now. Okay, y'all seen it. This episode don't look too, crazy, but just a touch of J. That's just my opinion. I'm just putting it out there in pieces for you. She out there with that body, and she just basically like, she's tripping a little bit because she had to throw that gun in the river. So she's all tripping, thinking that the feds is after her and everything. She don't basically want nothing to do with the St. Patrick's at all. So that's that whole thing. So now Tommy is sneaking around talking to Tasha and all this other type of stuff. So let's go ahead and let's fast forward to Tasha, okay? Tasha is basically kind of in this whole thing a lot in this episode. Episode 2, she's in this. And what she's basically doing is the first thing that she does is that she gets up with Angie's sister, okay? She's with Angela's sister because Angela's sister is all messed up. Her sister died, y'all. Y'all know how that, some of y'all know how that feel, lose a loved one or something. You just trying to figure out what's going on. So that's what she's doing. Okay, so she finds Angie's phone. She texts the last number thinking that it's Jamie, but it's not. It's Tasha. So she says, meet me. Tasha meets her, and she's just basically like, where's Jamie at? And she's like, no, you text me. And she's like, basically like, well, what's going on? Why were you even talking to my sister? And Tasha's like, what you talking about? Like, we was all working together in this thing right here. Your sister saved our lives. Ghost didn't kill, Angie. That's not how it happened. Okay, now ain't nobody gonna say that Tommy did it, but you know what I'm saying, y'all. This is just a touch of J. I'm trying to put it out there in pieces for you. And Tasha couldn't put it out there in pieces for her. She was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, okay? But she was working with us, and you better not say a word, because if you do, I'm going to let everybody know all this information that's on this cell phone with me and Angie working together. So you better not say nothing. So the sister is kind of just left like she can't really say anything. Okay, now Tasha, okay, gets questioned by the feds, y'all. The feds come to her, okay, because remember her and Ghost now they doing this whole, divorce thing. She wants a divorce, so she done moved out, and Ghost is tripping and all of this type of stuff. He's back drinking again and all that. So Tasha, right, she goes to see, Ghost because the feds come to her asking her about Terry. Like, Terry's missing. What's going on? Terry Silver, the one she was. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Y'all know she was doing that one too, that freaky deaky stuff with a child, and she ain't seen nothing wrong with no regular sex in that parking lot, okay? When she was out there with Terry and Ghost saw her. So she goes straight to Ghost. Okay, and Ghost is like, wait a minute, how did you get in here? I blocked you from even coming up here as he's drinking. And she was like, listen, I know you had something to do with Terry. I know you killed him. Tell me, why are you trying to take everything that I love away from me? That's basically what she's saying to Ghost. And Ghost is like, whatever, he didn't like you anyway. So she's like, oh, you were there. And he's like, yeah, I mean, come on now. Okay? So she's like, where's the body at? Ghost don't say nothing. Ghost is just like, he was no good for you and you should have been messing with him. Blasey, blasey, blasey. So she just basically leaves and she's upset. And she's hurt because Ghost don't want to give her no money, child. He don't want to do nothing. He is playing hard to get with Tasha. So where Tasha goes at now. She goes see Tommy. Okay, first when she goes see Tommy, she don't want nothing to do with him, right? Nothing to do with her. So she goes to see Tommy, and they got this little secret meeting at this little car dealership, child. Because Tommy needs another antique car. You all know Tommy got money, so they sitting in the car, they talking, and she's just like, just telling him, everything that's going on and how she can't believe this and can't believe that. So she knows that Tommy is alive, right? So then they get out of that whole scene with her and Tommy, and guess what happens? Tommy starts talking to Reek. Yeah, child. You want to know why Tommy starts talking to Reek? Because Ghost goes to go see Reek, his son. Ghost got tears in his eyes. And he was like, I need to talk to you. Reek walks in and Ghost is sitting in the apartment. And he's like, why are you here? And he was like, I got to talk to you. I killed Tommy. Because Ghost really thinks he kills Tommy. But Reek know that Tommy ain't dead. Okay, so Ghost like, Reek is like, what you mean? And Ghost is like, I killed him because he killed Angela, but he was trying to kill me. He shot at me. So now Reek like, oh my gosh. And he's like, when you walked in and you seen us fighting, we were fighting, this is what Ghost is telling Reek. We were fighting because he had killed Angela. So Reek doesn't say that he knows that Tommy is alive. When Ghost leaves, okay, he says to Tommy, Reek hits Tommy up, and Reek is like, yo, Tommy, why my dad came to come see me and he says you tried to shoot him. Is that true? And Tommy was like, yeah, I tried to kill him. And Reek was like, why? And he said, because he made me kill my dad. Now, the part that I skipped over is that when Ghost told his son, Tariq, yeah, Tommy tried to kill me, but he killed Angela. Reek asked him, why? Okay, would he do that? He said, I don't know. But he did know. So now Reek knows you made Uncle Tommy kill his dad. So what Reek says to Tommy is, well, look, if you try to do something else to my dad and try to shoot him or anything, could you just let me know first? Child, now listen here, y'all. What y'all think will happen? I mean, this is just a touch of Jamie. I can't put it all out there pieces for you. But do you think that maybe Reek might kill Tommy if Tommy tries to kill Ghost? Or do you think that Reek gonna kill Ghost, his dad? I don't know, because I told y'all everybody is off the hook. Tasha's off the hook talking about some Ghost got to go ahead and die. And, and she was in the car. When she was in the car talking to Tommy, remember I told y'all she was in the car. She did say something about maybe we should kill him. Maybe he's better off dead, y'all. This is just a touch of I'm just trying to put this out there pieces for you. So, look, anyway. So that we're going to fast forward to that part, right? So he tells Reek about that whole little situation there. Now, let's talk about the feds, y'all. Now, y'all know what feds I'm talking about. Cooper sex, y'all, he off the hook. Cooper still doing that trickery. Y'all know people just be out there doing that trickery. They can't get their life on order. Child, here go Cooper. Cooper over here. First of all, Joe Proctor, because Cooper don't like Joe Proctor, okay? So what he's doing now is he's working with the ex-wife, okay? trying to do some trickery with that. And then he's working with Angie's sister, trying to do some trickery with that too. So we're going to go ahead, since we're talking about Angie. You know, God rest Angela's soul. You know, poor Angela, she's going now. You know, the mistress, the freak. You know, the police lady. Angie was everything to everybody. The sister, the stepmom. I don't know what she had going on, but she was just everything. Okay, so we talking about her now. It's her funeral. Yeah, child, they at Angie's funeral. Okay, this episode was just like bam, 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 straight to the point. So now we at Angie's funeral. Okay, child, guess who walks up at the funeral? Guess who walks up at the funeral? Remember how I did the knock at the door? Well, it wasn't no knock at the door, child. They walked up at the funeral, child. And I say I am talking about Ghost and Tasha. Okay, now the feds see it. The feds is like, hold on. You know what the feds want to call Ghost? They want to tell Cooper Saxe with his crazy stuff. He gonna say, this nigga like OJ. Child, it's just such a I had to put that out there in pieces for you. He called him OJ because y'all know OJ don't play, okay? Like OJ, so they say, allegedly, okay? Shout out to you, OJ. Listen, but allegedly, okay, OJ, you know, he did a little trickery, so they say, and you know, he was present after the trickery, so they said. So they like, okay, you basically doing this whole thing like OJ, you showing up after you done killed somebody. So they say, you know, and Cooper Saxe got something to say about that. So all the feds is just like, I can't believe it. So they looking at Ghost walk up with Tasha. Now the sisters crying, they're going on with the funeral. They wrap up the flag after they carry the body, load her body into the ground, you know, all that type of stuff. They give the flag to Angie's sister. Child, guess who else come in there? Oh my God, y'all, guess who comes in there next? Tommy. And you know what Tommy does? Y'all know Tommy is my white husband, y'all. Tommy walks up to Angie's sister, child, give her a little kiss, and just basically holds her hand, you know, and he whispers to her, you know, I'm here for you if you need me. Child, Tommy gangsta. Tommy goes back over there, basically just standing there, looking at Ghost. Ghost can't believe it. He looked like he saw a ghost. And this is just a touch of J, baby. That is an understatement when I put that out there in pieces for you. He looked like he actually saw a ghost. Yes, child. I would have probably looked like that too if I thought I had killed somebody. They were standing there right next to me. And Tommy's standing there all confident, like, yeah, nigga, I see you. Gangster. Ooh, child, scandalous. Like off a house party, baby. Oh my gosh, this is just a touch of J, baby. I am trying my hardest to put this out there in pieces for you, okay? So look. Ghost is looking at Tommy. Tommy looking at Ghost. And you know what? Not Angela. Oh, Tasha. Child, Angie's dead. But Tasha, child, you know what Tasha does? Tasha's standing with this smirk on her face. And Ghost looks at her and says, now we talking about Ghost. We ain't talking about St. Patrick. We ain't talking about Jamie. Ghost looks at her and said, you knew he was alive? And you know what she does with a smile on her face? This is what she said. Yup. Ooh, scandalous, like open house party. Oh my God, y'all. And this is just a touch of J, baby. That's it. Except for one other thing I gotta put out there in pieces for you, baby. Guess who's watching all of this while he's doing push-ups at home? Dre. Yes, child. Because y'all know they got Dre in protective custody. Because Dre got a lot of trickery going on. And I told y'all last week, I told y'all that Ghost had some mess going on. He wasn't going to be who you thought he is. Ghost about to be off the hook. I told you Tommy had some stuff going on. I told you Tasha had some issues going on. We're trying to get Ghost dead, maybe. I don't know, allegedly. You know, Reek really don't seem like he cared too much either. You know, he like just warn me in case you do something to my dad, Tommy. And Tommy's after him, okay? And now Ghost knows that Tasha knows that Tommy was alive, so he ain't trying to trust her now. Ooh, child. Okay, he knows Tommy is alive, so now he gotta watch his back. Oh my gosh, all full side. He don't know what's going on, y'all. Oh my gosh, and guess what? I forgot to tell y'all one little thing. Well, I didn't forget to tell you. Y'all gotta make sure y'all watch out for Tate. Because y'all know they brought my man Lorenz back here. And him and Ghost got a little bit of issues too going on. Now look, y'all, this is just a touch of J, baby. I had to put that out there in pieces for y'all. Now I got to give y'all a real quick recap. This, all I'm going to say is, y'all better watch out, because there's a lot of trickery going on out here, okay? Tasha ain't messing with Keisha. Keisha ain't messing with Tasha, okay? Tommy now done let Ghost know I'm here, nigga, okay? Now Jason too. Look, I'm gonna drop it down on y'all real quick with this whole Jason thing. Jason is playing Tommy and Ghost. What's gonna happen with that, y'all, when they find out? Are they gonna come together but still want to kill each other but take out Jason? So one of them could be the drug lord overlord. Is it gonna be perhaps Tommy's gonna take Jason's place? This is just a touch of Jay. I don't know what's going on, but y'all better pay attention to next week. Alright? So I just had to put that out there in pieces for y'all. I love my babies. Until next time.
I'ma show you who to blame it at. Can we all just get along? Hell no, not when you forget who put you on. My blood gave me the keys to success. Take 2 and make 3, they the best. Push, not which, I got this. Fearless, not careless, now watch this. Money flip like it's supposed to flip. Re-up and double up, watch me hit the
They
lake.
say this is a big rich town. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just come from the poorest part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just happened. Come apart, come apart. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
Watch how you move in my city. Ooh, yeah, we kinda cool, but we pretty too. Yeah, I know a killer and he's still in school. If I tell him that it's up, then it's litty. Yeah, they tryna line me for my yeah. Hoodie masked up, I wish you would try to get through. Before I was rapping, I was like you, hitting licks. So now I'm buying everything like I'm too good for a rental. You act like you know everything, you don't know what I've been through. Send my coolie to pull up on you like Shaw with the pistol. He might hit you and then spin your block, hit your friend too. If you pull up on me and you moving wild, then it's lit, you know. It's always on me, even when I sleep, it's under the pillow. They've been plotting on me since I was 18, when Kenzo ain't written no G's, making me got me official. They ain't want me when I wasn't hard to get to.
They say this is a big rich town. Yeah,